Okay, so we have two types of problems here. They're both very similar. This one is just graphing an inequality. This one is solving and graphing an inequality. Before you can solve or graph them, you need to understand what these signs mean. So we have our greater than or equal to sign. We have our less than sign. Those signs will determine what type of dot you have on your graph. I'm going to show you this picture that we have from class. If in your inequality you have the greater than or equal to, the less than or equal to, or the equal to, you're going to have the closed dot because it can be equal to that answer. On the other side, if it says less than or, greater than or less than, the one that makes the L, less than, that would have an open dot on your graph. So looking at this first one, the one that we don't have to solve, f is greater than 12. Since there's nothing to solve, I know 12 is going to go in the middle of my graph. Then I need to know, do I need an open or a closed dot? Well, this has the equal sign bar underneath it. This is greater than or equal to. So at 12, I'm going to put a closed dot on my graph. Then you need to determine if it needs an arrow or which way the arrow goes. Every graph is going to have an arrow unless it has the equal sign, because if it's just equal, it's only that answer, so you'll only have a closed dot. If you have greater than or less than, or greater than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to, or just less than or greater than, you'll always have an arrow. So when you're looking at the equation, if the letter is on the side that the mouth of the inequality is open to, like you see the A is in the mouth, or even if it's on the other side, if the J was in the mouth on that side, then you know your arrow is going to go to the right because that value is more, or it's greater than the value that you calculated. On the other side, if the letter is at the point, that means it's less than, then your arrow is going to go to the left. M is on the point, it's less than 26, so my arrow goes to the left. I'll zoom out so you can kind of see this. If you need to, you can take a picture or a screenshot of it. And now I'll go to the one that you have to solve. The one-step equation really quickly. So y'all, with this one, the one-step equation, it's just like graphing. Oh, sorry, I forgot to draw my arrow. So since f was greater than 12, my arrow is to the right. For the one that you have to solve, this we're just doing the one-step equation, do the opposite operation that you have to find out what a equals, and then we're going to graph it just like we did this one. So I know that a plus 9 is less than 25. I want to know what a would be, so I need to subtract 9 on both sides. Opposites cancel. 25 minus 9 is 16, so a is less than 16. I make my graph now with 16 on the middle. And now I look at my sign. Since a is less than, not less than or equal to, I would have an open dot. And less, since a is at the point, that would be pointing to the left. So for the ones that have the equations, you do the opposite operation. If it's multiply, you divide. If it's add, you subtract. If it's subtraction, you add. You do that operation to both sides to solve it, and then you graph it. On the other side, you're just graphing.